guys, this video is fear, obey, existence. Let's see, August 13th, 2019, 4:44 p.m. Okay, I'm gonna try to break this down as best way I know how. Fear, obey, existence, and spy. Fear, obey, existence, and spying. Spying on the whole earth. Okay, let's go with fear first. We're living in a world of fear where nobody can trust nobody. People buying guns and carrying weapons. They're uneasy. They're on edge. They're not trustworthy because of the fear. There's a fear on this earth realm that's striking billions and millions of people across the earth. And I don't know exactly where this fear comes from. I think fear and trust come pretty close together with one another. If you don't trust no one, a group of folks, you kind of like fear them because you don't know what they'll do or what their intention is to do. So fear, there's a lot of fear going on in the world. See, fear is going to break us apart from each other. It's not going to make us come together as one human family. Fear is going to slowly deteriorate and destroy the human race on the earth. Fear could come in speaking, action. It can hit you all kinds of ways. Fear is a big it's a really big problem on earth dealing with humanity, animals, and just life in general. A lot of people are scared. They get scared because the fear comes in because they don't want to lose their money. They don't want to lose their job. They don't want to lose their home and car because of the fear. They don't want to lose their freedom of speech because of the fear. They say, if I say this, say that, and something might happen to me if I say this, say that. You got a right to say what you want to say, regardless of what nobody say, think, or feel about it. If you didn't have that right, what you doing with a mouth for? A closed mouth can't get fed. You got to talk. You got to talk. Your mouth ain't zipped up, ain't taped, stapled shut, so talk. Don't live in fear. You got to talk. Don't be so scared and fearful that you think this and that gonna happen to you because you spoke. If it happened, it happened. If it don't, it don't. Well, speak on it. You never know that you speak. So don't live in fear. Fear itself. Overcome your fears. Overcome all your fears. Make your weak points your strong points. Don't be scared to speak up and do things when you know in your soul and heart and your mind that it's right to do. Don't contradict yourself and think, oh, maybe I shouldn't do this and say that because of this and that. No, do it. If it's going to help us come together as one, do it. Don't live in fear because we ain't going to never get ahead as people. We keep living in fear. We'll never get ahead as people. We keep living in that fear. That fear keep pulling you back. You'll never get ahead. You'll never get ahead. Keep living in fear. Now, let me go to obey. Obey. Do you guys know that ever since you became a human being on this earth, it's always something you gotta obey. Something or someone you have to obey. So when I made that video, Slavery Entrapment, and all the angels surrounding my apartment and stuff, this one is something like that, similar to that. Obeying is obeying everything. Ever since you came into this earth as a baby, you was obeying. You was obeying someone about something. You was obeying. You know, stop making a noise. You get quiet, you're scared, stop crying, or stop making noise. You was obeying. It's like when you came in this human form into this earth, you was either obeying your mom, dad, grandparents, your brother, auntie, uncle, cousin, neighbor, officer, military person, government, president. There's always somebody you was obeying. Say, now. I remember I mentioned this movie, They Live. Watch They. It's called They Live. They Live. Now. When you read a sign, the sign says stop. A stop sign. And it's like you put the glasses on. It'll say obey. Take them off. It'll say stop sign. Put the glasses on. It says obey. You take the glasses off. It says stop sign. What those glasses represents is that you're under a controlled substance program of slavery that you had to obey. You got to obey everything. Everything you got to obey. It's like you're born into a slave planet, and you're gonna die out this world as a slave. You know, when they say free your mind, it's like you can't hardly free your mind, because the way the system is being ran, like the Matrix is ran under a slave controlled environment. This Earth realm is the planet is a slave controlled environment. Everything is on a slave pattern level. You got to be in work on time. You got to get to the store on time before the store closed. You got to get to the bank in time. You can't go to the bank unless that's a holiday. They call that breaking in. They call it a criminal act. You can't just go in there and put the check on the table. I'd rather know I took this money out here. See the camera? I'm taking this money out of the bank. Yeah, I broke in your bank. I put this check on here. That's my check, my name. I took this much money out of the bank and leave out the bank. So it's like you gotta obey. You gotta wait till the bank open. You cash your check. You can't go to the store unless the store open. You can't break in the store and grab all the food out of there and then leave your money there. So I took this much food and added to this amount. So it's like you gotta obey. You gotta obey this, obey that, obey this, obey that, obey this, obey that. You can't cross no streets unless them lights turn. You gotta wait for them different color lights before you cross streets. You gotta obey. Everything's obey. Everything is a slave environment, man. On this earth realm, everything is obey. It's slavery, man. You can't do nothing without this saying, okay, now you can do it. Okay, now you can do it. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, now you can do it. No, don't do it. Shh, be quiet. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Should be quiet. Bitch, I'm talking on something. It's like it's slavery, man. This whole planet Earth realm is slavery. It's slave. It's full of it's a slave environment. Everything is slavery. Through your actions, through your words, everything is slavery, man. This is a slave planet. I found out that this planet Earth is a slave planet, man. This is a slave planet. People don't realize it, don't believe it, and probably laugh off. That nigga crazy. No, you gotta think, man. This is a slave planet, dude. If it wasn't a slave planet, you'd be able to say the fuck you want without nobody trying to threaten you. Shut the fuck up. I'm gonna lock you up in jail. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna ban you. So it's a slave planet. You gotta obey. You can't say and do what you want to say and do, because the motherfuckers, authorities get mad, or somebody try to ban you or threaten to do this to you or take this from you if you say this or do this. So it's a slave Earth, man. It's a slave pattern Earth. Everybody is enslavement. And everybody ain't about no money either. Money got shit to do with that. You can have all the money where you still be a slave. You just be a rich ass fucking slave, but you're gonna be a fucking slave. You might be able to do a little bit more than people don't got. the kind of money you got, but you still got to obey on some kind of law, rule, regulation. You still just can't go and do what the fuck you want to do. Money or not, you bitch, you gonna get shot down, beat down, or jail or something. So it's just a slave world, man. A slave obey pattern, slave world round. Everything obeying and slavery and everything. Now, let me go to existence. Now, have you ever thought about how did you come into existence? They said God created everything that we see before our very eyes, but we never met this God. Or did we meet him and forgot we met him? Because our brain been white clean, the slate been clean, so we can't remember about meeting. So, existence. How did you come into existence? Yeah, your mom and daddy bump ass and make babies and shit, and you come out. But where was you all before that? Before your mom and dad engaged in sex and got her pregnant and she gave birth to you, where was you and what was you in existence before that? You had to be something, man, before you formed into a human form and came out your mama coochie as a little newborn baby. So where were you? What were you doing? And where were you in your existence before that? Before this physical earth body, on this physical earth realm that you live on called Earth. Where was you and what were you doing at that time and moment of time? Or did you ever exist before your physical? So were you like invisible as a soul spirit just wandering about, and then all of a sudden your mom and dad had sex and some kind of way you formed into her belly and came out of her private part? So what is your existence of being coexistence on this earth realm in a physical form? Now, let me go to the Holy Bible for a minute. Now, all the verses and scriptures and books and stuff like that in the Holy Bible, if they saying that Jesus said this and God said this, name me one human being on this planet Earth that anybody on this earth actually seen and heard Jesus Christ talk to God face to face, or did any human ever sit down with Jesus and talk to him face to face, or sit down with God and talk to him face to face? So how do you know that Jesus and God even wrote the Holy Bible? Or was it just some human being that said, oh yeah, Jesus and God wrote this, they just said that? You don't know if you wasn't there. Were you sitting side by side with Jesus Christ when he wrote the Bible? Sitting side by side with God when we wrote the words in the Bible? How do you know all this? Who told that one human being that these are Jesus' words, or these are God's words through the Bible? So you guys shouldn't think about a lot of stuff for a minute, man. Not trying to knock nothing and nobody on existence on the earth plane or off the earth plane, but we gotta start thinking about. We can't just go by what a person say or what these people say. That God said that, Jesus said that. But how you know? Were you actually there sitting side by side with Jesus and God when they said this and this and that in the Bible? No. So how you know that? You just going by what another human being on earth said that they said. They might not even said that. They might have said something totally different, and then a human just erased everything what Jesus and God said and put what they said. So how we know everything in that book is coming from Jesus or come from God? We don't know that. If you never sat down side by side with God and Jesus, okay, God, Jesus, what should I write about? If you didn't do that, then how you know what they said didn't say in that Bible? I'm not trying to say that the Bible is right or wrong, but how do you know? You never know if you wasn't actually there with them, with Jesus or God, when the Bible being printed and wrote it out to the world. You don't know that. You just take it for a soul that so and so said this, and that's how it's supposed to be, and then did no research and been there for nothing in person about how it went down or none of that. So we don't know, man. I guess everybody will know once they pass away, though. finally get to meet Jesus, to meet God face to face, and see for sure what everything is. Everything that come, all the truth will come ahead. I know, y'all know, everybody know. But from right now, when we have physical body, we don't know. We don't know, man. Excuse me for a minute, I had to take a little drink. But yeah, man, we don't know for sure. So, this video is fear obeying existence. And, I guess that's about all I'm saying for this video. Kind of short. I thought it was going to be a little bit longer, but guess I'll close down for right now. So, take care till next time, guys. Peace.